The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
NYC is a not-for-profit organization teaming up with award-winning photographers and the city's administration children's services to create portraits for their kids in foster care. The mission, to raise awareness for the over 13,000 New York City children in foster care and help them find the forever family. Here to tell us more is the executive director of the Hart Gallery, Lori Sherman Graff, and also with her is Wallace C. and Grace Pope from the Catholic Guardian Society, one of the organizations that they actually partner with. And thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So obviously we're talking about raising awareness for foster kids, and there are a lot of kids that are out there in the foster care system. A little bit about the foster care system and how you're trying to make kids make that healthy transition.
Well, there are about 14,000 children in foster care in New York State, and we are an agency that has about 1,000 children in our care. Of those 1,000, there are about 400 being followed in the adoption track, and of that 400, there is a percentage, and not a very large percentage, of children that need a forever home. And working with the Hart Gallery, we've been allowed to do matches and make sure those children have forever homes.
Mm-hmm. Talk to us about this, because the Hart Gallery is, partnering with this endeavor. Share a little bit about your collaborative effort.
Mm-hmm. What the Hart Gallery does best, I think, is raise awareness and also to recruit families for the kids. And when we work with a great organization like Catholic Guardian Society and Home Bureau, it takes our mission a step further. So we're not only raising awareness and getting the kids noticed, because so many people don't realize that foster kids can be adopted. Mm-hmm. It's also, we also recruit families to join up training classes, free training classes, so they can become certified to adopt or foster. We also find families to mentor the kids too.
Mm. So Grace, share with us a little bit about this process, because there's a lot of kids, as we said, that are out there. You said about 400 actually go into actually find homes, but there's between 13,000 and 400. That's a huge disparity.
Well, the children that we focus on with the Hart Gallery are the children that don't have pre-adoptive placements at this time. So we're opening them up and getting them to see new families and hopefully see that there is a possible match for them. Every child deserves permanency in a home, and I think with our collaboration with the Hart Gallery, we are getting a large portion of children to see and open up to that idea.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So we've got a little book here, and I want to go through the book and just share a little bit. There are some pictures of some kids on the front, and this is a little bit of the collaborative effort that you get to actually see. Share with us what we're seeing here.
Those are beautiful pictures of beautiful kids. One of the things we're luckiest and very fortunate is that in New York City we have amazing photographers. And we get photographers, oftentimes celebrity, notable photographers, and what's beautiful is they donate their services. Mm-hmm. So they could one day be out shooting Brad Pitt, the next day shooting our kids for free. Mm-hmm. And they make it a wonderful experience. And if you look at those images, you can see that what it's showing is those are kids. They're just kids. You know, kids like my son or someone else's son or someone's cousin. And they're beautiful, and they just need love and a family.
Mm-hmm. If people were interested right now and they're listening and they're watching, what information do they need to know? Because a lot of times there's a lot of barriers that they feel that they have to go through in order to be able to be a part of this process. Mm-hmm. Walk us through a little bit about who's eligible and how they can play a part.
Well, most people are eligible. They have to go through a very stringent screening process in order to become a foster parent. With the hope of adopting. We do have some people from the community that have come to us that just want to adopt. and they make that very clear, so we study them and screen them for the purpose of adoption. I think one of the things I would like to note is that the face of foster care has changed. I've been in it for many years, and it was much younger when I started. As I got older, so did the kids. So we're looking for homes for children that are older, teens, who bring a lot of baggage and need a lot of care, and some of them have special needs. So if I were going to send a message out to the community, that's the kid that you're going to have to foster and adopt eventually.
And to add to that, I think that there have been many positive success stories of people who have just opened their mind to the idea of meeting a child and just getting to know a child. And you don't know, from there, we've seen so many success stories of children finding that match, that person who really opened their heart to them. And, you know, to this day, there are adults coming back to us saying, you know, thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for, not giving up on me. And I think, working with the Heart Gallery and continuously looking for prospective foster parents, that's what we're doing for our kids, and that's what we hope people see, and we'll just call us up and we can start from there.
And I know you say about the Heart Gallery and these photographers, and obviously it's got to be a good feeling to have photographers who are just committed to a cause such as this, because they take pictures, they're professionals, as you said, they could be out doing something else, but really the cause of foster care. Share with us a little bit about that and the the intentionality of people really want to be involved in this effort.
I think that a lot of people, realize that these are kids, whether they're teens or whether they're younger, they're kids, and they need love and they need a family. And the photographers like to be involved, as I do, and all of us work with a passion with what we do, because we just want to help the kids. We want to help them get a chance to have a family. And as Wallace said, many of the kids are older. But there are people, I'm a good example, I'm an adoptive mom. I've had the baby. I don't need a baby. I would adopt an older child. Now I don't have the time right now. But there are families out there that do want older kids, and that's what we want. We would love people in the community to reach out and say, yes, I want to adopt an older child.
Is there a lot of challenges for a young person going through the situation where you're looking to find that permanent place, but yet still haven't found that stability? So maybe bouncing from a place to a place to a place. What are the challenges like for children, or can you explain a little bit about, the difficulties of just not being able to find that permanency?
I think sometimes what it is a child is testing a parent to see, well, how much are you gonna, give me? Are you gonna give up on me? So sometimes it's almost as though the foster parent has to be so aware of what the child's coming with the trauma that they faced, and being open to understanding that this is a process. There's a honeymoon period, there's a period of getting to know the child. And when the child finally feels really fully accepted into that family, a lot of times you see that positive change where, okay, this person is for real, they're not going to give up on me. So those are a lot of the success stories that we do have. But the older teens are definitely a little bit more challenging, but we're very supportive. We have post-adoption services at our agency, so there's a lot of follow-up. It's not just, we leave you there and we're done.
Yeah, I think that's what some people say. Okay, now I've got a child, and now I've already walked away. Now, there's no how-to manual on this right here. Given the fact that some of them may have had children before, but yet and still going through this process has got to be a little bit more of a unique one than having your own naturally.
And we do offer a lot of supports to a family that comes forward to adopt a child of any age, because the child entering care is definitely going to be bringing some baggage that has to be dealt with. And so we offer specialized services through our agency in terms of a specialized placement where there could be 2 social workers assigned to the case, and that kind of thing. So we hope our parents never feel alone throughout the process.
And as you look, if you get an opportunity to see, there's some beautiful pictures of some beautiful children, and hopefully as you begin to find out more information, we've given you some information throughout the course of the show and actually dropped it there on the screen for you that you'll be able to see. Hopefully take part in this. Now, if parents are interested, if there's a prospective family that's interested, what's the process from here on? Because now they've seen it on open. Now we want to open our heart and do this. What do we do?
They can go to our website. It's cgshb.org.
Okay. And so Hearts for Galleries, what do we do?
If they want to see the children and the beautiful photos, and then we can refer right back to Catholic Guardian for the training programs, they can go to www.heartgallerynyc.org.
Okay, well, we want to definitely let our viewers know that you can definitely play a part in this. And so Are the numbers, is there a decrease or an increase as the years continue? Are we seeing things better or things?
They're getting better, actually. The number of children in the system is decreasing on a daily basis. We're finding permanency through adoption or returning children to the community in which they came from.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us here.
Thank you.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
There you go. Performing alongside Art Blakely, Herbie Hancock, and the king of cool, Miles Davis. Wallace Roney, he has a lifetime of jazz experience under his belt. Now he's here. Oh man, gracing us right here on the open stage. Wallace, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
You know, I was using an analogy like boxing is like singing a song too. Like you can, if this is a head, you can put knots all over.
Yeah.
And you can sing a song on somebody's head. But that's what I was thinking when I was boxing back in the day. Because when I was moving, you said, what you know about that?
Yeah.
But let's talk about you because you've been around for a while.
Yeah.
And you had one of the greatest teaching you.
Yeah.
Tell us about that story.
I had Dizzy Gillespie was one of my mentors. Clark Terry was one of my mentors.
Oh, you got one? Okay. I thought he'd have a mic. Okay. Go ahead.
And Woody Shaw was one of my mentors. But my idol was Miles Davis. And after I had established myself and studied everybody and he always was the person I studied.
Yeah.
He wound up becoming like a father to me and a mentor. Yeah.
Was he a smooth person? How was he? Was he hard on you trying to teach you?
No, he was never hard on
all
me.
right.
It was really easy. Great relationship, and you want to know what he's like. He was just the hippest person you ever want to be.
Yeah.
As soon as you walk in the room, everybody knew he was there. He didn't have to say nothing.
Yeah, and he was real smooth, right? He wasn't a loud person or say, no, don't do that now. Just
He was better
nice
than
and
smooth.
easy. Yeah,
He was better than smooth.
yeah. So what are some of the things that you picked up from him? What was he teaching you?
I didn't pick up. He taught me a lot. Like I said, I studied
Yeah.
anyway. And I think he heard in me that I was serious. So he just showed me more, if you can go at a chord this way, you can also open it up this way.
Yeah.
But one thing I always learned from him was melodicism was the key.
Melodicism.
Yeah, melodicism was the key. And he had a love for the depth of harmony, but it was always from a melodic point of view.
So from a melodic point of view, you learn how to dance inside the melodies.
Sing the melodies.
Sing the melodies.
Yeah,
with the horn or whatever you're using.
You find the most expressive part of the melody or the chord. You can find a melody within a melody.
Wow.
Get
Get inside, because people come in with one way. He gave you different avenues of thinking on how to embrace those melodies.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you talk about boxing is a way to, you can look at it as rhythmically making the melody alive.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're playing a line, and you do hear pop, pop, but what you're doing is you're making the melody have a life.
Right. Wow, the way a musician thinks, right? We think it's the final product, the music, but you guys think in and outside of the music.
You
live in the music, dancing with the music.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you did a little boxing yourself.
Yeah, I boxed. My father was a boxer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my father was a
Good, good,
boxer.
all right.
I boxed from when I was 10 years old. I stopped. I never stop. You never stop.
Yeah, that's why when I was messing around trying to get loose, you said, "Oh, what you know about that?" What you So you still got your moves. So how do you associate
Better.
boxing with playing music?
Well, it's rhythm, and it's
all rhythm.
It's rhythm, and it's timing, and it's life, and it's reflexes, and those are the things that's life, and that's what makes music. Music is life. Music is rhythm. Music is harmony.
Yeah.
You know, all those things. You know, when I'm playing with people. I'm reacting to them.
Right,
The
right.
piano player feeds me something, I got to react back.
Call and response.
Sometimes you might have to jab. You
There you
know,
go.
bite into the rhythm. You know.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Where are you playing now?
We're playing at the Zinc Bar Saturday on my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Zinc Bar is on 3rd Street, and then Sunday we're playing at Trumpets in Montclair, New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
But the Zinc Bar is in Manhattan, New
Yeah.
York, right across the street from other clubs like the Blue Note and all that. So tell everybody to come down.
Yeah.
Bring your square friends, like Art Blakey said.
Bring your square friends
Yeah.
so you can make them hip, turn them out.
Yeah.
Now, you play with a lot of different people, right?
Yeah.
Is it easy to just walk in, you see one of your friends playing, just come in, hey, come on, man,
Yeah.
start jamming?
Yeah.
You know?
After a while, after you have a certain amount of mastery, you don't never master this thing, but a certain amount of mastery gives you a certain amount of confidence that you're one with your instrument. You can go and play with anybody.
Yeah. Hey, Wallace, come on in here, man. You know, show me what you're working with. Yo, get to this. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's never show you what you work with. You just go up there and you enhance whatever's going on.
Do you get into improv a lot?
That's all we do.
Yeah.
Improvisation might mean different things to people, but
Yeah.
in our music, improvisation means creativity.
Yeah. What's the difference between contemporary jazz and traditional jazz?
Well, all those words really don't mean nothing
Don't mean
because they all the same. But traditional jazz usually is the music from 1933 or back. I would say contemporary jazz is the music of 1934 to now, but more now. But
Yeah.
as you see, contemporary or progressive jazz use everything from traditional. So
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
the same.
It's all the same.
Got to be.
It's all one.
Got to be.
It all comes back around.
Hey, if you cut off a giant's head, he ain't a giant no more.
Or cut off his legs.
Right,
You drop down a notch and then you
Right.
hit that jaw.
right.
Anyway.
Yeah, you know it.
Hey, you gonna play something for us?
If you want me to.
All right, let's do it. Wallace Roney, give him a big round of applause, everybody. Here we go. Yes, indeed. Now, Wallace, you brought two trumpets with you. Why did you choose to use that one? You said, you were messing with that one, then you said, give me that other one.
The valves was oiled. The
Oh,
valves
I
wasn't
got you.
oiled on that one yet.
Oh, got you. See? Things that people don't know about. They were sticking a little bit?
Yeah.
Ah, so they don't give you the right sound when they stick a little bit.
No, just someone to stop on you.
VSOP, you considered one of the greatest groups? Why?
Because it's the greatest musicians ever lived. Herbie Hancock and Wayne Shorter and Tony Williams and Ron Carter, they're the greatest.
Oh, man.
And when we played together, they played together like the greatest. There was one mind, you know. I like to think I got in there too a little bit.
Yeah. Beautiful. So what's next for you? You have a CD out?
I have a CD out called Home on High Note Records, and we're getting ready to do another record, some music that the great Wayne Shorter had written for Miles Davis in 1967.
Yeah.
That was never recorded and was lost for a long time.
Shucks.
Yeah, and he just found it. He gave it to me. He said, "Look, I would like you to record it." So I'm going to do it.
Yeah. You ever get interviewed on BGO or play your music on BGO?
Now,
Oh man, they play some of the greatest jazz too.
sometimes.
And you got to get us a CD too. You got a CD coming out.
Okay,
All right, there you go. You gonna take us home with one?
sure, I'll take it.
All right, but where can we get your music?
You can get it on iTunes. You can get it in stores. You can get it.
We go to what?
Or you can go to my website, wallaceroney.com.
WallaceRoney.com, and you go to iTunes, Wallace Roney,
Yeah.
and pick it up. Can you take us out with another one?
Okay.
There you go. Wallace Roney, give him a big round of applause, everybody. Tuppertier. That's a Tuppertier. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
so
much.
if I,
See?
there you go.
you know what to do, right?
Thank you so much for gracing us.
Happy New Year gives us an inside look at post-traumatic stress disorder, an issue that plagues at least 20% of veterans returning home from combat. We're taken deep into the life of Sergeant Cole Lewis, an Iraq and Afghanistan war veteran, physically and mentally scarred from his time served, who finds friendship with fellow veterans in an isolated hospital. The film has garnered a lot of attention, including a screening at last year's South by Southwest Film Festival. So welcome to the show now, two gentlemen, Laurel Manning, who's the director, and also Michael Como, and we welcome you both to the show, and good to have you.
Michael's the lead actor, yeah.
Yes, I failed to mention that he is the lead actor in the film, but you guys really were intense on making sure that the lives of veterans, and particularly, looking at this illness, is highlighted.
Yeah, this started as a play, then it became a short film, then a feature film. Play started in 2007, and we made the short film shortly after that. And so when we began work on the feature project, I wanted to do a lot more research because neither one of us are veterans or have any military experience. And so to tell this story accurately and as authentically as possible, I felt I needed to do more research, and so Michael agreed as well because he was going to be playing the lead role. Mm-hmm. So we set on this journey of interviewing as many veterans that would speak to us. And initially we were looking for Iraq and Afghanistan veterans because I thought that's what the story was going to center around because of his character. But in our travels, we came across Gulf War veterans, as well as Vietnam veterans and World War II veterans. And so that opened up this whole other world to me and Michael, and decided to make the film about a multi-generational story about the effects that post-traumatic stress have on soldiers and have had on soldiers from previous generations.
Mike, you did a lot of research, as he said, and Laurel says that there's a lot of time that you spent. What were some of the things that really you were able to uncover in studying the lives of these veterans?
Well, what we found is that trauma from combat was universal to all wars, and a lot of it was related to men who had survived but had lost really close friends. There's something often referred to as survivor's guilt, or a certain shame that's associated with, why am I alive when 10 of my buddies, are dead? Mm-hmm. And a sense of responsibility that comes with that, which was something that we sort of incorporated into Happy New Year, and is kind of a central theme in the script that my character's dealing with, sort of his own survivor's guilt, as he's recovering in the hospital.
Well, we do have a clip of Happy New Year. We want to go to that now and give you a look at exactly what Laurel and Michael are talking about.
Let's take a deep breath. We're going to count backwards from 20. It's 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14.
Here we are, soldier. Home sweet home.
Sorry for your misfortune, and we'll do everything in our power to help you get well. Now, Sergeant Lewis, this isn't Iraq or Afghanistan. I call the shots here.
Sometimes when you sleep, you say, I'm sorry. What are you sorry about, man?
You should be on your knees thanking me. Me and every other guy.
Thank you for what?
For going over there and sacrificing our lives.
I'd never seen the guys fired up like they were last night. You must have been one hell of a staff sergeant.
You know how many guys are coming back like you, or not at all? You give me one good reason why you would go back there, and so I can make it right.
There's not one single day that goes by and I don't think about the guys that I lost. Sometimes you just have to find a way to deal. Don't you ever speak to me like that again. You hear me? Ever! You did the best you could. Can't nobody ask for anything more.
And there you saw Happy New Year, and a film that's actually filmed right here in the borough of the Bronx.
Yeah. It was filmed at the Bronx State Hospital, or Bronx Medical Center.
Bronx Medical Center.
I think they tore it down, or they're rebuilding it.
The building
or
that we
something.
were in is no longer there, but they were fantastic.
Yeah, we shot it in December 2009 and spent all of 2010 editing. So we've been on the road for the last year, various festival circuits here in the United States and abroad.
Share with us, because we were sharing a little bit about this while the segment was going on. You had a lot of participation from many people who really invested a lot of time in the project, and because they were utterly committed to the cause.
Yeah, we had a top-notch cast and crew, and people still to this day are bending over backwards to help us in really high places because they really care about the story and they really care about the message. Because there's something that not a lot of people know about. Less than 1% of the population serves in the military, and this is a volunteer war, so a lot of people aren't aware of the issues that face these veterans when they come home. But I think it's everyone's issue, really, when you think about it. And we're all going to be affected, or should be affected, because these people are fighting, sacrificing their lives for us, for our livelihoods. And so this is our way as artists to give back and to shed light on those people who might need a little help when they come home.
And a key element to the film is that we're not really interested in the politics of pro or anti-war. It's more about the social politics of how do we as a country care for the people that we send to war when they come home and need our help. And, you know, it partly falls on the policymakers, but it also partly falls on the stigma that's associated with mental health in the military. It sometimes is hard to come forward. There can be sort of negative ramifications to coming forward that can affect your benefits, that can affect your rank status and things like that. So there's still a great taboo, but there's an organization called the Creative Coalition, which is based here in New York, that has we've partnered up with, and they've partnered up with Blue Star Families, which is a bipartisan nonprofit military service organization that has created a series of PSAs where celebrities are basically talking about it's okay to come forward. It's okay to admit that you're going through something and that you need help.
And we want to go to that because there is a 30-second PSA that we do have about that, and we'll take a look at that right now.
I don't know what it's like.
I don't know what it's like to be in a war.
I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be shot at. To be put in harm's way.
Put my life on the line.
I don't know what it's like. But I do know no one comes back the same. No matter how tough you are, how brave, how patriotic, anybody can get hurt. And not just physically hurt. If you're a service member
or in a military family and you're feeling hopeless, you're not alone.
please call this number. It's confidential and free. Your family needs you. We need you.
Thank you for your service.
And there you saw a little bit of that 30-second PSA. You guys are doing some great work. And where can people get it? If they want to see the movie, first of all, what do they do?
Well, we're in the middle of, we're working on distribution at the moment and getting a release date, which we hope to have it out this summer. In the meantime, what people can do is follow us online. You can go visit our website. We're at www.happynewyearfilm.com, www.happynewyearfilm.com. We're also on Twitter. HNY Film is our tag on Twitter. And we're also on Facebook, Happy New Year, the movie, on Facebook as well. And there you can sign up for our newsletter and you'll get all up-to-date information about where the film, special screenings that we're having in the city or outside of the city, and upcoming release.
All right, Laura Michael, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. You got to come back and let us know as things
All right.
progress.
Absolutely.
All right, that's the deal?
Yes.
Yankees all-star center fielder Curtis Granderson had a night to remember. We were out at the ballpark Thursday night, and Grandy joined some elite Bronx Bomber company, smashing 3 home runs in the first 4 innings. He matched a career high with 5 hits, leading the Yankees to a 7-6 victory over the Minnesota Twins. Granderson became the first player to hit 3 homers at the current edition of Yankee Stadium. Meanwhile, Derek Jeter tied Hall of Famer and former Bomber Dave Winfield for 18th place on the all-time hits list at 3,110. It was a great opening homestand for the Pinstripers. The Yankees took 2 of 3 from Anaheim and Albert Pujols over the weekend, and then they split the 4-game series with Minnie bouncing back from a Wednesday night defeat to even the series in the finale. Among the many highlights was New York's tribute to Jorge Posada on opening day. Let's look back. Home plate just won't be the same without Yankee legend Jorge Posada, but who says you can't come home? A day after receiving the Pride of the Yankees award at the 2012 homecoming dinner, Jorge Posada returned for one more curtain call. It was the first time in a long time that Posada's name was not penciled in the opening day lineup for the Bronx Bombers, but one of the legendary members of the Core Four couldn't keep away from his second home at 161st and River Avenue. On the 110th home opener, Posada became the 11th former Yankee to receive the honor of tossing out the ceremonial first pitch. Surrounded by his former teammates, Posada elected his father, Jorge Sr., as his battery mate.
Today was really nervous to be up there and all eyes on you and please don't bounce it. That was tough, but he was, the fans were, again, super amazing.
After 17 seasons and a team-best 429 batting average in last fall's ALDS, Posada said he knew he was ready to step away.
Things weren't going the way I wanted it to go. To stop playing, period, was a little, it took me a little while.
Several teams vied for his services, but Posada respectfully declined, telling his agent that he's a Yankee for life.
Still belong, as a Yankee, and I didn't want to be another guy in another team.
You don't see too many guys get a chance to play for that many years with one team and be as successful for that many years with one team and then get the same amount of treatment for that many years, because with free agency and trades.
A 5-time All-Star and 5-time World Series champion, Posada will be remembered for his grit and his heart behind the plate, says Captain Derek Jeter, a fellow member of the Core Four with Posada, Andy Pettitte, and Mariano Rivera.
It goes without saying how close we are. Jorge's like a brother to me. We miss him as a teammate. We miss him in the clubhouse. I guess you move on and you wish him the best, but I'm glad I had a chance to be here.
Posada's legacy should be more than enough to earn a place out in Monument Park someday and possibly even enshrinement in Cooperstown. As for life today, Posada joked that he's looking for a job, but that in the meantime, he's enjoying playing baseball with his son and spending more time with his wife.
Get up every morning, take the kids to school. Jorge's been doing baseball, so I've been helping out a little bit with him.
Posada's still making all the right moves, just like the great Yankee receivers of the past, from Bill Dickey to Yogi Berra and Thurman Munson. And just like those greats from yesteryear, Posada's career in pinstripes won't be forgotten anytime soon.
To watch his career start from the ground up, come through the minor leagues, battle, work, be successful, consistently be successful, continue to improve, and then just get the mad respect that he had, not only when he played, but again today, and he'll continue to have as his legacy grows on. But it's amazing. I mean, that's the one thing about being a Yankee. You go out there and play hard and give it your all. The fans will definitely respect that.
I'm sure Posada would love nothing more than to throw on the tools of ignorance and join the Yankees in Boston today, where the Bombers will resume their rivalry with the Red Sox. The two clubs will turn back the clock, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park as they meet 100 years to the day after the two opened the doors to Fenway on April 20th, 1912. Yes, you can buy the jerseys. To commemorate the date, the Yankees and Red Sox will don throwback uniforms. The Yankees will wear the unis of the 1912 Highlanders, their name before they became the Yankees in 1913. The Red Sox won that game 100 years ago, 7-6. The two square off today at 3:05 p.m. They have another afternoon matchup on Saturday and round out the series Sunday night. Meanwhile, the New York Mets took 2 of 3 from Philadelphia over the weekend and captured a win Monday in Atlanta before dropping the past 2 to the Braves. The Mets are 7-5. The Amazons open a 7-game homestand tonight at Citi Field, welcoming the San Francisco Giants for 4 games. Then the Miami Marlins and former Met All-Star Jose Reyes come to Queens from Tuesday through Thursday. It will be Reyes' first game at Citi since signing a free agent contract with Florida. We shift gears from the diamond to the hardwood, where the New York Knicks are rounding out the regular season on a high note. The orange and blue dismissed the Boston Celtics Tuesday at home and then went out to Newark, New Jersey for their final matchup with the New Jersey and soon-to-be Brooklyn Nets. The Knicks topped the Nets 104-95. We go inside the locker room for some reaction.
It was a big game, huge for us, and to come out tonight and let this game get away would have been tough for us. So we wanted to come out and get ahead of it. We wanted to play with great energy tonight. I thought we did that, and our bench came in, provided a lot of energy for us as well.
We're really starting to peak at the best point in time in the season. You know, coming down to these last 5-6 games. I mean, this is the time you want to be playing your best basketball going into the playoffs, so you're ready for that first round. And we just got to keep it up.
The Knicks will be in Cleveland tonight and Atlanta on Sunday. As for the Nets, they gave the Knicks a game Wednesday, but sorely missed Darren Williams, who was out with an injury. Still, the future appears to be getting brighter for the Nets, who reflected on their past and look ahead to their move to Brooklyn. We go back inside the locker room for some more perspective.
If you can, just any final thoughts about New Jersey and any expectations for next year being in Brooklyn?
Obviously we can't wait to get to Brooklyn. It's going to be a huge part of history. Blessed to be a part of that. But Jersey, you know, the fans are great. You know, great basketball atmosphere. I don't think they ever really recovered from that 12-70 season in terms of, you know, just the momentum with us and everything. So, but I think they did a good job, and I think we just gonna, you know, can't wait to get to Brooklyn and, you know, start in there and renew the rivalry with the Knicks again. So.
Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Amari Stoudemire, out with an injury, said he will return to the Knicks before the playoffs. NBA legend Charles Barkley, the round mound of rebounds, says the Knicks still stink and will be one and done in the postseason. The freshman five that led Kentucky to the men's basketball national championship are all going pro. Former Knicks coach Larry Brown has agreed to coach SMU. The Hall of Famer is a Mustang. From the ice, the New York Rangers are locked in a tight first-round playoff series. The Ottawa Senators shocked the Blue Shirts with their second OT victory of the series. They're all even at 2-2. The series resumes Saturday at the Garden. And Yankees left fielder Brett Gardner and his bum elbow hit the 15-day DL this week. Those are the headlines. Let's hit the C-list for Bobby C's Place to Be. You can check out, you know, this thing right here. Coming at you now. Play it, baby. Play it. Play it. Bronx Museum. Check it out. From return this spring, the Bronx Museum of the Arts continued their annual tradition of honoring America's pastime in some shape or form. This year, the museum on the Grand Concourse in the shadows of Yankee Stadium unveiled Baseball in the Bronx, 9 innings of Bronx baseball. The curator said baseball mirrors the people and the history of the Bronx, uniting borough residents from diverse backgrounds for 150 years. A big portion of the exhibit focuses on the life and career of Yankee great Elston Howard, the first African-American to wear the pinstripes.
We're trying to enlighten people about the incredible contribution that Elston Howard and his family made to the Bronx, to baseball, and to America. Baseball as the national pastime owes him an incredible debt of gratitude, and that he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Howard enjoyed a marvelous 14-year career from 1955 to 1968, primarily for the Bronx Bombers. He became the first African-American to be named the American League's most valuable player, winning the award in 1963. Today, his number 32 is retired in Monument Park, joining a star-studded cast of legends. The Bronx Museum planned a series of guest speakers, including Howard's widow, Arlene, who co-authored a book titled Elston and Me, the story of the first black Yankee.
It means a lot to me that he was a part of the change in American history.
Congressman Jose Serrano and Councilwoman Helen Foster recognized Arlene Howard during Sunday's presentation on April 15th, which happened to mark the 65th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier in Major League Baseball.
The Bronx has always played a major part in baseball in general. Of course, the Yankees with all their championships. But now to have the Bronx Museum talks about an era where young people need to know about.
Elston Howard was later remembered at Yankee Stadium on Sunday night during Major League Baseball's Jackie Robinson Day festivities. Jackie's daughter Sharon talked about the importance of the game of baseball for all youth.
Baseball is committed to increasing the numbers of African Americans on the field, and but I think it's got to be a community-wide approach. The more we can get these players out there and around kids, I think it'll make a big difference.
Baseball in the Bronx runs through May 13th at the Bronx Museum of the Arts. You can check out Baseball in the Bronx, 9 innings of Bronx baseball at the Bronx Museum of the Arts this weekend. The exhibit and the museum are open today from 11 to 8 and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more, visit bronxmuseum.org. That's your sports on Bobby C.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the studio. Rena Valentin, you're watching Open. And we are here with five-time Grammy nominee Bobby Sanabria and Bronx Walk of Fame inductee. He's worked with legends such as Dizzy Gillespie, Tito Puentes, Charles McPherson, Arturo Sandoval, Candido, Yomo Toro, and much more. We can't list them all. However, we have him here present, so, going to become a leader. He's actually going to be the leader in the Afro-Cuban, Brazilian, and jazz fields. Yeah, that's interesting. He's now back in the Bronx with his multiverse big band. Next Saturday night, please welcome to the open stage, Bobby Sanabria.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Good morning, and thank you for being here after jumping off a plane.
Yeah.
I mean, not literally. He didn't literally jump off a plane, but he just flew in last night, right?
Yeah, we were performing in New Orleans, Louisiana at Loyola University. Great, great city, New Orleans. Incredible because New Orleans is where everything comes together in terms of all the influences from the Caribbean, and they all came out in what we call jazz, which is my favorite four-letter word.
Nice.
Besides love.
Nice. Well, again, we thank you for being here after getting off a plane and so forth. So, this multiverse big band is actually, 19 pieces?
Yeah, this is a project that I started in 2000, and everybody knows me for a lot of my small group work with my quartet, my Cuarteto Che, my Nanette Ascension, but I wanted to expand on that, and with a big band, really, it's the epitome of what you can do with orchestration, arranging, and composition in the world of jazz and Latin jazz. It's comparable to the symphony orchestra in the European classical tradition. So we've been very successful, though it's hard to keep a big band together. We rarely perform, but when we do, it's always a special event. So next week on March 17th, we're coming to my old neighborhood where I grew up in the South Bronx, to Pregones Theater, which is right near Hostos Community College, right, like 2 blocks away from 149th Street and 3rd Avenue.
Right.
And I'll be there with my great orchestra, and with us as a special guest will be the National Endowment of the Arts Jazz Master, Candido Camero. The National Endowment of the Arts Jazz Masters Award is the highest award the United States gives to a jazz musician. And to attain it is a real special thing. There's only been 3 Latinos that have achieved that award: Paquito de Rivera, Ray Barretto, and Candido Camero, who's now 90 years old. He's the father of modern conga drumming, and he's still performing.
Wow, 90 years old.
And he's incredible.
That's amazing. And he still plays.
And he plays incredibly well. We just did a concert 2 weeks ago in Miami, and it's just, it's God bless him. I mean, for those of you who know about the history of the music, many of your viewers do, older viewers, they know the name Candido, but for the younger viewers, you should really get a chance, you should, come to this event, because to see a grand master of the conga drums, the guy that basically developed all the techniques we use today. Anybody that plays congas today they play something Candido did first, so you should really come check him out.
Right, to see it in the flesh, live,
yeah.
live. Just to share with everyone, not to deter our conversation, but you're a real advocate for jazz, and I know there was a big issue with the Grammys this year regarding eliminating certain categories.
Right.
Can you just share with everyone a little bit about that?
Well, real quick, in a nutshell, on April 6th of 2011, the Grammys sent an email to the 20,000 members, of which I'm a member of the Academy, saying that they were cutting 31 categories. Amongst the categories they cut were traditional blues, traditional gospel, traditional R&B, Zydeco Cajun music, traditional world music, Latin jazz, contemporary jazz, instrumental country, several categories of Mexican music, 4 categories of classical music. So when we started tallying up, we found out that over 70% of the categories were racially, ethnically based, which led Carlos Santana to publicly state, well, what they did was racist and based on ignorance. So we've been fighting that ever since, because none of the membership was ever asked about this.
It was done by the Board of Trustees in secret. So we have a lawsuit. I filed a lawsuit here in New York State Court, myself and 3 other plaintiffs, for the reinstatement of the category because they did it basically without any permission from the membership.
Without voters.
Right.
Without votes.
Right, exactly. So actually the case is coming up in the first week of April, which is parenthetically a year after this all started. It's been a big controversy. Many great musicians have spoken out against this. Bonnie Raitt, Paul Simon, Herbie Hancock, obviously Carlos Santana, and many others. So this is not a small issue because once they take away your musical rights in terms of representation, then they can take anything else away.
Right. So just because we tapped into the topic, is there anything that a viewer could do to contribute to making some noise or you know supporting the reinstatement?
Right. Most definitely. You can go to GrammyWatch.com and sign the petition that's there and read up on everything because there's a lot that has been occurring. And also you can write directly to the president of the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, the Grammys, Neil Portnow. You can write to him at neil@grammy.com. That's neil@grammy.com and voice your opinion. It's a lot of people still don't know about this.
It's very important.
A lot of people still don't know about this, so I'm glad you asked it. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on this.
Absolutely, and more so because you're out there advocating this, and you're still performing it, and you're a 5-time Grammy nominee, and you're a nominee in a category that they're now trying to eliminate.
Well, they've already eliminated it.
Wow.
They've already eliminated Latin jazz and all these other categories. I mentioned and many more. The ironic thing is that Whitney Houston, in her lifetime, may she rest in peace, won 6 Grammys. Of the 6, four of those categories no longer exist. So if she was competing today, still performing and recording, she wouldn't have as many Grammys as she did. So we really have to protest this because the Academy was formed in 1958 to advocate, not only celebrate, but to advocate and propagate and educate the general public about all forms of American music. Like Frank Sinatra said, excuse me, at the first Grammys, it's not about popularity, it's about excellence. So that's the mission of the Academy, and by doing this, they're actually sending a big message that they do not care about cultural diversity, and especially in today's world where there's anti-immigration sentiment, anti-cultural sentiment, et cetera, et cetera. This is almost within keeping in line with all those kind of extremist right-wing thoughts. So we really have to fight this. So thank you for the opportunity again for letting me talk about
Absolutely. GrammyWatch.org, right?
GrammyWatch.org, or you can go to GrammyWatch.com. And Neil Portnow's email again is neil@grammy.com.
Now, before we go, we were really here to promote Bobby's event, and interesting enough, the name of his group is called Multiverse, which is the topic at hand.
Right. Well, this concert is at Pregones Theater.
Yes.
Beautiful theater in the South Bronx. You don't have to go to Manhattan to see great theater, music, art, dance, etc. And March is Music Month at Pregones every year. And Alvan Lespierre, who's the head of Pregones, has always wanted me to perform there with the big band, so we finally got a chance to do this. So the theater, if you haven't been to Pregones, is extremely beautiful. It's been completely renovated with $1 million renovation, something that all Bronxites can be proud of. It's very easy to get to by public transportation, and the tickets are very reasonable, and you can go to Pregones, PREGONES.com for tickets.
.org,
actually. Excuse me, .org.
It's all right, we got it. And just once again, that's happening on Saturday, March 17th, and we want to thank you for making sure you got here after getting off a plane from New Orleans.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the Forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family.
Ooh.
So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Sad to say, gone like my love. You could stay and fly like a dove, 'cause all I feel is only you. What a broken heart could make us do. You and me and you. We do the things we need to do. How you been and where you gone? I've been waiting for far too long. Sad to say, gone like my love. Couldn't stay, said bye like a dove. 'Cause all I feel is only you. Could this part make us two? Hear me, touch me. I want you to talk to me, honey. Hear me, touch me. Talk to me, and don't you love me, honey, honey. Ooh. And all the time, and the love we spent, you made it all right. And now I wonder where it went. Sad to say, gone like my love. Couldn't stay, said bye like a dove. 'Cause all I feel is only you. Could this part make us two? You remind me of the sky. You're light, then you're dark. You're big, then you're small. You walk, then you fly. You remind me of the sky. You're light, then you're dark. You're big, then you're small. You walk, then you fly. The sky, 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 the sky.